A newer luxury home that takes some inspiration by a castle right here in Issaquah, Washington, near the top of Squak Mountain. Come tour this home with me. Today, I have a beautiful newer construction home tour for you right here in Issaquah, Washington. This property behind me here sits up on Squak Mountain in a really nice neighborhood. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house built in 2020. It is completely custom built, one-off spec. It's 3 stories tall, all above ground level, and the garage is over 1,000 square feet. We're talking about over 5,100 square footage in the interior, and the lot size is 0.43 acres. And we've got some gorgeous territorial views. Let's get into it. Quick reminder that if you would like to get more information on this property, if it's currently for sale, what it's listed for, etc., please feel free to check the description below. Get a load at the front here. So we're walking around this curved wraparound driveway that leads to this really nice size garage. The garage is over 1,000 square feet, but this 3-story property definitely has some presence to it. It's 2 full stories, and then the 3rd story does cover a portion of the house, so I guess it is technically a 2.5 story if you want to get very technical. But we are about to walk in on this. This property does have some castle vibes to it. I really like it, and I think you're going to enjoy it too. I don't show that many properties on this channel that have this architecture involved with it. And we are going to take a look at the front as we walk through here. Take a look at the front entryway here. Let me know what your thoughts are so far as we're going to walk into this wonderful property here. As we first come through here, you'll notice the nice vaulted ceilings. It goes up 3 stories up there, as you can see. Very nice and grand. I was talking about this on the channel before, but I really like properties that do the architecture differently, where not every single part of the footprint is all on one level. A lot of builders are doing it where they're nice tall ceilings, but you don't have this interesting architecture where you can look up multiple stories. Another cool thing to point out on this property, which we will get to in a bit, is it actually does come with its own elevator well, if you will. So it's set up to put a nice elevator in. It's got the pulley system and everything. You just kind of sort of have to pick your cart, if you will. So the elevator cab part that you would actually go up and down in the elevator, it's got the space for that, for the access. So future proofed, if you want to install an elevator, you don't have to do it from scratch. Take a look at that. Again, 3-story tall windows, got a lot of light just bleeding through this great room off the kitchen here. And you've got that really nice size breakfast area off the kitchen as well. Let me know what you think so far. So again, this property was built in 2020, so it is a newer property. You're going to find a lot of newer features and luxury items throughout. Also, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Aaron Morrow. I'm a local realtor here in the greater Seattle area. I've been working with buyers and sellers and investors for over a decade now. I work with clients in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties, and I do YouTube home tours. I actually have 2 channels. You're watching a luxury channel right now, and I have a more affordable resale channel where I show you properties all over the east side as well. If you'd like to check that out, that's in the channels tab to go check out the secondary channel. Please do that after watching this home tour. And again, if you are new here and this is your first home tour you're watching of mine, you're probably thinking, whoa, we are already past 5 minutes. How much is left on this tour? I do really long, in-depth home tours. These are probably going to be the longest tours you've seen on YouTube. I'm sure there are creators that tour mega mansions and they're quicker home tours than I do. I try to go very in depth. We're going to be walking through these properties where you're seeing me feel textures. I'm asking what you think of these textures. We're feeling the floors. We're checking out the cabinets. We're getting into the property. This all spawned from how I typically do my private tours for out of town or out of area clients that are looking to relocate over here. I've been working with people that have relocated out of state and even out of country. We've worked with international clients. So if that sounds like your vibe, you like high detailed home tours, you want to get into this property with me, you're definitely in the right spot. Feel free to pause, fast forward, rewind, skip ahead. I won't mind. However you want to digest these videos, it's definitely up to you. So we're checking out the kitchen here, showing you that you can do the, soft close drawers here, of course. I opened that one too hard. So as you can see, we're kind of looking at some 5-year wear and tear. Let me know in the comments below what you think of how the finishing work is holding up on this property. I would love to know what your thoughts are if I'm picking it up. I try to do 4K video for you. Now, it didn't say in the listing. I was looking all throughout it, and it didn't mention what type of hard flooring surface that was. If I had to take a guess at it, it felt like it was an engineered hardwood, and that's what it looks like to me. You let me know in the comments below what you thought, if you're able to tell based on visuals, what you think the hard flooring is. Testing out that range, the hood vent is very strong. Got pretty loud there. Then you have this nice pot filler off to the side here on the wall there. Testing out the gas stove. I'd like to hear from your thoughts in the comments. Do you prefer gas stoves? Do you like having induction? Do you like having electric stovetops? Would love to know your take. What's popular to you? Like these spice racks. So these are come out from both sides here. Now, these drawers being 5 years old, they still didn't feel flimsy. They actually felt like they are holding up just nicely. Sometimes it's kind of nice to not even look at brand new construction, but to walk through a property that is a few years old, something that's been very recently built, but it's really nice to go through it to determine how well it's been held up in the materials. Now, an interesting thing like this one was basically a complete... it's a custom built home that the homeowner had it built for themselves. And so it's sort of a one-off, if you will. Love that steel beam above there as well. That's definitely functional, but it's also a nice aesthetic. Love the nice thick quartz countertop as well. There's plenty of counter space as we are looking at this kitchen. Also love the nice large sink as well. And you get a view of your backyard from your kitchen sink. Again, this is a really nice large sink. There is the button for the garbage disposal. The homeowner let me know that they wanted to put it in front there because they did not want to cut into their countertop. As you notice, most builders or homeowners end up drilling through the countertop, the quartz or the granite or whatnot to put that in there. So they didn't want to do it. They elected to put it in front. Again, plenty of counter space. Love what we've done with the shelving up here. And again, that beam is gorgeous. Oh, garage door opener. We will take a look at the garage door later, so we will have that handy. We already looked at that fireplace too. Love the gas fireplace. It was putting off a ton of heat. I don't think the heat was on when we were in the property, and or the heat was set to low, but that fireplace, leaving it on for my film shoot, was definitely heating up the property. So right here is that elevator shaft that I spoke about, and it spans all 3 stories. A cool thing about this property is the primary bedroom is actually the whole 3rd floor. So the whole 3rd floor has like its own living space above, including the primary bedroom. You'll see what I mean when we get up there. This is a nice large walk-in pantry here. And then it has its own access door to the backyard here, which we will go out there in a bit to take a look at everything else on the exterior before we even head upstairs. This is the powder room off the main level down here. Like the do you like the floating cabinet design where the cabinets are floating? I would love to hear from you. You have that nice glazed window there for privacy purposes as well. And you have the panels back here. Usually you find panels in a garage. That's primarily when the garage is attached. And since this is a detached garage, I actually think it's a decent location. It's in towards the back of the home and not front and center. You let me know what you think though. This is sort of a walkthrough. I would almost call this a butler's hallway. It's a butler's pantry, or you could totally convert it into a butler's pantry if you put a built-in in there. And this is the dining space. It's a nice large dining room, very decently sized for the space. Has really a lot of natural light is coming through here, which I like to see, and it has that double French door design here. I actually was able to I lucked out on filming on this. I was filming it at the start of our atmospheric river week that we had at the beginning of December, and when I filmed it on a Tuesday, we had a break in the weather, so I was surprised. I thought I was going to get a rain dump, and I was able to film it right in between showers. Love how that front looks. Okay, now we're going to check out the primary bedroom, or sorry, not the primary bedroom. We're checking out the main floor office here. This is a nice bonus room that could easily be used as a home office. Like how it's nice, private, and tucked back here in your backyard. You don't share direct views right into that neighbor back there. You kind of primarily get your backyard there, and then you get your driveway over here on this side. Again, lots of natural light flowing through here from both windows here that meet kind of at the corner there, which this is really nice if you think of if you're going to work from home. It's great. You just head on downstairs, so the traffic shouldn't be terrible for you. However, if you're not going to be working from home, maybe let's talk about this location, where the property is located, and kind of get into a little bit of drive times as we head on outside and check out some other stuff. In regards to where this property is located up near the top of Squak Mountain, you are about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to downtown Bellevue, depending on traffic. Could be worse if you run into really bad traffic. You're around 35 minutes to 45 minutes on a good day to downtown Seattle. Again, traffic can get really bad, much worse than that. And you're about 25 minutes to SeaTac Airport with a good drive, outside of peak travel times. You're also just a few minutes from I-90, which is huge. That gives you quick access to east to Snoqualmie and the mountains, or west straight into Bellevue and Seattle. So even though this feels like you're tucked away, more foresty, definitely suburban, you're still very connected, and that balance is exactly why people target these parts of Issaquah up on Squak Mountain. If you've never seen Squak Mountain before, it is definitely beautiful up here. Also, stick around to the end of this video where I'm actually going to show you the drive down from this neighborhood in Squak Mountain Loop all the way down Mountain Drive Southwest. It's a really nice curvy road, so you can get an idea of what it's like to drive up to this neighborhood, and it does pass by Squak Mountain Bullet Fireplace Trailhead. Super cool drive. Stick to the end of the video for that. And before we continue to talk about the location, let's listen to the garage door sound. Let's see how loud it is. Oh my gosh, that was like whisper quiet. Super quiet garage door. We're gonna have to listen to it again as we shut it. Notice plenty of space here. So much space, so much storage space. Like I said, over 1,000 square foot garage in here, and it does have a nice window so you get that light coming in, the natural daylight. As you can see, plenty of storage. You can definitely fit a lot of tools in here. This is also a really nice E-ray here, not to get too distracted, but plenty of space in here. You could easily fit 2 E-rays in here if you wanted, or more. All right, let's listen again to the garage. We're a little bit closer to it. And okay, that time as we were closer to it, it was a little bit more noticeable, but quite honestly, we have featured a lot of garage doors that had much louder noises coming from them when they opened and closed from brand new construction on this channel. So I would be pretty happy about that garage if, you know, this were my home, of course. I was pointing out there's a path back there that you could walk around the garage. Over here as well, in between your garage and your house. This is your backyard area. Notice it's partially covered. You get this nice patio area right here. Multiple doors to go into from the back there. You've got both that dining area as well as that door again. This is that door that connects or is between the powder room and that walk-in pantry. And then you got this nice, again, like I said, this little trail system, this cute little trail that walks right behind your garage. And you've got a nice territorial view back there as well. Again, if any of you hear any sort of background noise, I do have my dogs in the studio today, so they might be sniffing around or scratching some stuff. They're usually pretty quiet and well behaved. Lukey and Max. Look at this trail system here. Yeah, again, you get really nice territorial views right here. Feels nice and private back here. As I started to talk about before we keep going back into the house, I want to zoom out and talk about where we're actually living here. We're in Issaquah, Washington, which is one of those cities that people move to very intentionally. You're right at the edge of nature, but you're not giving up access to, you know, schools or quality of life to get that nature. Issaquah sits right where the mountains meet the city. You got Squak Mountain, Tiger Mountain, and Cougar Mountain wrapping around you, but you're still just minutes from downtown Issaquah, I-90, and major job centers. This is a city that attracts people who want space, views, and privacy, but still need to commute to Seattle or Bellevue without it being a daily grind. You get trails, wildlife, fresh air, and that Pacific Northwest mountain feel while still having great restaurants, grocery stores, and highly rated schools close by. It's also one of the reasons values in Issaquah tend to hold up better long term. There's a natural cap on where you can build because of mountains and protected land, so inventory stays tighter in Issaquah. Take a look at this cool utility room down here. So it's like a half step down in here. You can see some of the duct work, the major systems. This furnace is actually turned on the side. There's actually a whole house vac located in here. And of course you saw that tankless hot water system right here as well, fed by the natural gas. Now, let's talk specifically about this neighborhood because not all of Issaquah feels the same. If you've been watching my channel for a while, we've actually featured a ton of different properties in Issaquah, and they're all in different areas. You know, they're in the plateau. Some of them are in Issaquah Highlands. I've had some in Old Town and downtown Issaquah. Sorry about that. That was my phone. I forgot to silence it. So Squak Mountain is very different from places like Talus, Old Town Issaquah, or even parts of the Highlands. Those areas feel more suburban, more neighborhood driven, and closer together. Up here on Squak Mountain, it's about privacy, elevation, and views. Homes are more spread out, lots are larger, and you're surrounded by protected land and trail systems. It feels quieter, more secluded, and honestly more custom. This is the kind of neighborhood people choose when they want a true retreat at the end of the day. You're not stacked on top of your neighbors, and you're not dealing with through traffic. If you compare this to Issaquah Highlands, that's more walkable, more planned, more shops and parks right outside your door. Squak Mountain trades that for the space, the scenery, and much more exclusive feel. There's no HOA here. There's no HOA here. There's no cookie cutter layouts and no repeating floor plans really. Every home feels like its own thing, and that's a big part of the appeal here. Now, just how cool is this second level? You've got multiple bedrooms up here. I also love how tall these doors are. Really nice and tall doors. You got the large ceilings too, but it's really cool that the architecture is that you have these open areas where you can look up and down into your bottom level and top level respectively as well. Also like the glass, feels a little bit more open. Again, this does remind me of a little bit like kind of like a modern castle design. Let me know in the comments if I feel way off base with that, or if you're not getting castle vibes at all, but I think it's really, the architecture is really cool. I like looking down in here, kind of like a loft area up above, where you're looking down and look just how magnificent these windows look. I mean, it's super beautiful on a clear day, as you could tell. Here's, again, floor 2 where your elevator shaft would be right here. All ready to go for you. And then there's 2 more bedrooms on this level, one back here, and then you have the other over there. And like I said, there is a primary bedroom up top. Again, thoughtfully designed where you've got some, depending on where you're looking from your window, you've got some privacy here. Of course, when you look right out the window there, you can see your neighbor, but your neighbor's not looking into you based on where the house is laid out here. So you've got some tasteful privacy in these bedrooms. Plenty of closet storage space here. And the carpet felt really nice as well. All right, now let's do a quick real estate market update. And if you've watched a few of my tours, you're probably thinking this part can start to sound the same. I know we deal with a little bit different stats, but you've probably been hearing some repetition. Let me frame this a little differently. We're heading into the holiday stretch right now, and every year the market shifts during this time. It doesn't stop, it just slows down and gets more selective. And you can see that clearly in the data for this zip code 98027. Again, this market update is as of November. The stats are for November 2025 if you're watching this video at a later time. Inventory is higher than it was last year, and homes are taking longer to sell. Days on market have stretched out, which lines up with what we expect during November and December. Buyers aren't rushing and sellers aren't getting the same immediate response we saw earlier in the year. At the time, prices haven't fallen off a cliff. Sellers are still getting close to their list price when a home is well positioned. Right now for this zip code, it looks like on average we're getting about 97% to list price, but the days of buyers overpaying just to win are definitely mostly behind us, at least in this window we're in right now. Negotiation is back, especially at higher price points. What we're really noticing right now is a smaller pool of buyers, but they're serious holiday shoppers right now. These are people who have to move, want to move, or are very intentional. That's why presentation, pricing, and quality matter more than ever. If you're a buyer watching this, this is one of the calmer windows of the year to be purchasing a house in. You have more leverage, more time to think, and more room to negotiate than you would in the springtime. Fewer competing offers, less pressure, and better conversations with sellers who are actually motivated. If you're a seller, the biggest mistake right now is pretending it's still a peak season market. Homes that are priced right and truly stand out still do sell. Homes that don't get adjusted, or they are adjusted, end up sitting. The buyers who are active right now are paying attention and they know the market. So strategy does matter. Now, that is not to say that there aren't still some bidding wars happening out there. There was actually a property that was listed in a more affordable, I wouldn't necessarily call it a first-time home buyer's range, but it was definitely not within the luxury home price point. And it was in the Issaquah area. I did have a buyer that I'm working with that is from out of town, and they finally got all their ducks lined up, and they were a little bit late to the party because by the time they were ready to, truly be in a position where they could buy something, and luckily enough for them, they are looking to buy non-contingent, meaning they own a home out of town, but they can buy not contingent upon selling their current house. Suffice to say, when we found a property that they really liked, we were just, again, a little late to the party because it was on market already over the weekend. And oddly enough, that one did get a bidding war. That one, and not a crazy bidding war, but there were definitely multiple offers, and the buyer that did win it was a cash buyer that offered above list price, and they did waive a home inspection. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this house did offer an inspection on the property. There was also a little bit of time if the buyer was ready from the jump to make an offer on that property or see it right when it hit the market, that there would have been time over the weekend to do what's called a pre-inspection, where you can pay for the inspection up front to know what you're getting yourself into, and basically your offer is made condition upon that said inspection. It doesn't guarantee that you get the house if you're in a multiple offer situation, but it does position your offer stronger because the seller knows it's based on what you already are aware of the property and know of as well. Now, again, look up here. This is really cool. Again, you got this flat roof design here, but notice, doesn't this kind of give you that castle vibe as you're looking up here? I think you've got some really nice views on this top level. And again, notice how I said that this whole top level is the primary level. Essentially, it's the primary bedroom. Now, taking a look down there, 3 stories down. Love the design of this house. I think it's rather unique compared to some of the others that I've been showing on the channel. I would love to hear from those that have watched several of my videos. And what do you think of this one? Do you feel like it might stand out a little bit different compared to most of the ones that I featured on the channel? Would love to hear your thoughts. Or if you have any questions or comments about anything that we've discussed, please do comment in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. That being said, if you are a home buyer right now that would, you're just not finding what you're looking for, there are plenty of homes out there that could be off market. So they could be a home that a homeowner would be maybe interested in selling. They're just not interested in putting it on the MLS. Happens all the time. If you are looking to find more properties like that and you'd like to see what's out there, please check out my link in the description where you can check out my off-market home finders program. It's completely free to sign up. Would love to hear from you and see what you are looking for and see if I can find you an off-market property. Also, if you're a homeowner watching this, it doesn't matter if you're not thinking on selling anytime soon, But if you just like to keep track of what your home might be worth, if you'd like to keep track of your equity, if you'd like to keep track of maybe what it would rent out for, if you would like to know how much is left on your mortgage, if you want to know what maybe it would Airbnb for, these are all qualities that could come from my custom monthly equity report that I'd be sending you. So take a look at the link in the description where you could fill out a quick form. You just give, name, email address, and your address, and I will definitely be sending you that monthly market home equity report where you can look at all of the things that I just described to you. It's a really good way to track your home's equity. Now, again, this is the top level here. Let me know what you think. This is a walk-through closet. There are 2 closets here. One as you walk it through the primary here, and then one that's tucked in from the bathroom, which we'll take a look at. This one, as you can see, so when we walk into this primary bathroom, you'll probably notice that it's missing a tub. It actually has a really nice space and plumbing by that window right there. As you see, it's all ready to just install a really nice deep soaker tub. The story behind this is the homeowners who got this built, they did buy this and they are on the older side, and they did not need a soaker tub, and life changes happen and they no longer need the property either. So, but as you can see, when I pan the camera back, there's plenty of space to put a nice soaker tub by that window. I love all of the natural light that comes in here. And again, you've got these really beautiful kind of wraparound views from most of these windows in this house. Really love this house, digging it as well. Digging the quality of the work as well. Love the countertops. Give you a little bit of a close-up there. And then you've got this little vanity area over here. Check it out. It would just fit right there super easily. And here is the walk-in shower. I thought the tile work super interesting, which we'll take a look at in a bit. So notice right here, I'm showing that I like that they put the glazed glass halfway up right here because it provides some nice privacy from your neighbor right there, but you still get the view of your territorial views above that part of the window. So super smart of the homeowner to design it that way. Check out the tile work. This is crazy tile. I think it's picking up on camera. Just notice how intricate it is. I love the designs of this tile. I really think this tile's unique. I haven't seen this as much. Just so much natural light comes in from this bedroom. And then here is that second closet in the back here. Again, plenty of closet space. This was a really, really good day to shoot. What do you think of this top level? Would love to hear your thoughts on it. I think it's just super cool and a little unique, super different from what I've shown off on the channel before. There is a property that I've shown off on the channel before that did have an elevator that was in Issaquah. And I will link it here. Go check out that video if you want to watch a elevator tour. It was a little bit slow of an elevator, so if you watch it, I'd love to hear in the comments section what you think, what your experience is. I haven't rode too many residential elevators before. That one I did feel like it was a little slow, but I mean that could just be what they are, and I could be completely novice or aloof to the elevator scene in residential properties. Again, I like this wraparound driveway though. Super cool home. I am glad that I was able to tour it. What we're gonna do now is we are gonna go take that quick drive so you can see what the drive up to this property, or I guess down from the property, is like. Just imagine it in reverse. I did speed it up a little because I don't want you to have to watch a 4-minute drive, but it's so cool with all these twists and turns. It's a really fun drive. The owner says it's really fun driving that E-Ray up to that house, as you can see. We don't get a lot of snow over here. There is some snow that you'll get up here, but this road actually does remain pretty snow-free year-round. And then finally around this turn, we're going to be driving past that trailhead. Again, super cool drive, super fun property, and thanks for watching this home tour. And there you have it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this beautiful home tour here in Issaquah, Washington. Again, my name is Aaron Morrow, local realtor here in the greater Seattle area. I've been working with buyers, sellers, and investors in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties for over a decade now. If you're looking to make your move over here to the greater Seattle area in the next 9 days or 9 months, or you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact info can be found below in the description. Would love to show you how I can make your next move or investment over here a smooth one. If you're looking for some more property tours, or you'd like to see what others have said about working with me, look somewhere on the screen right here. And of course, until next time, I hope to be showing you some more property tours, and please subscribe to me for more real estate shenanigans. Have a great day.